It's week 6 of the NFL, and we'll see Bryce Young. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Golden Eagles and the Voyagers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
At the southern tip of the Chesapeake Bay, EA Sports brings you coverage of the National Football League from Virginia Beach here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Golden Eagles of Montreal taking on the Voyagers of Virginia Beach. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you. And Charles, we look at this Virginia Beach team entering this game. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Quebecers, set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
First play, and Young is going to throw it. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Young's throw going to be caught by Davis. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Young. His throw incomplete. When you look at this defense, well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
They'll start on the ground with Spears. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here's Spears on second down. And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a second straight play. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back to the 24. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there the last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
They go play action now. Jackson. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Palmer. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. Hand off to Spears. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. When you look at this defense, they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. If they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack. Well, how about the coverage we just saw them break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The play fake. Now Young. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
A second down throw for Young. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Cooper's first catch and good for a first down. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 9 carries, 56 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line.
Touchdown! Gabriel Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. But the Virginia Beach offense set to take over. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early, as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And now Jackson will look to throw it, and he fires one incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops. He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. That one's taken in by Spears.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. Now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit here. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Gabe Davis and the offense getting the football back here. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him?
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, Young. A short throw to Ingram. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On play action, Young. And that is caught. It's Davis. Touchdown. Gabriel Davis with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Ryland now following the touchdown. Back out to kick it away. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The Virginia Beach offense set to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now Jackson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Jackson. Open man is Palmer. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. To throw again is Jackson. Short throw, it's Higbee. It'll be a gain of 5, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Gabe Davis and the offense getting the football back here.
We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a third person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Young working out of the gun. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down.
First down, Golden Eagles.
Young. Under pressure, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Here is Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On 4th down, Dom Maggio out to punt.
To return is Roberts. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Virginia Beach offense set to take over. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And here's a give to Spears.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Palmer going to go in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. He's got his target. That's complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson now off the bootleg. Short throw, it's Higbee. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Here's Jackson. He completes it to Boyd. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Jackson now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Palmer. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And Jackson throwing once more. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. Jackson as they stop. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle from 3 yards out. And the Voyagers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Young looks to throw on first down. In trouble, and he's taken down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun to give to Spears. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Jackson.
That's completed right side to Palmer.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
They give to Ingram up the middle.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now it's Jackson.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field. But defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Young on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Meanwhile, Young's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
At the 41-yard line.
Off the play fake, Young. A short throw to Ingram. So nothing doing there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
That throw by Young incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
From the red zone now, Young. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
At the 10-yard line.
Young will set to throw. He'll get this to Elliott. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Golden Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Well, the Virginia Beach offense set to take over.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
32-yard line.
On second down, here's Jackson. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Short throw, it's Higbee. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's second down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 40-yard
Now
line.
Jackson gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back.
And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So they'll decline the penalty there and go ahead and keep the yards lost on that last play.
Chubb will get the call, running left. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing, Young.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
A play fake, now Young. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
That's Drew Sanders who got in there and dropped him.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's able to get it out of there. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Jackson.
Open net is Waddle, complete.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Here's a run by Spears.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
2nd and 10.
To throw is Jackson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run with Spears.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Right back to Spears.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Voyagers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Gabe Davis and the offense getting the football back here.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Young to throw it. Right side, Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line.
Young. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down 24-17. 1:52 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Complete to Boyd.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
At the 26-yard line.
Jackson. That's caught by Palmer.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right to 34 here.
Jackson to throw.
And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Throwing. Jackson. That one's taken in by Spears.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Now Jackson. This is caught by Waddle. They'll get it inside the 20.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's another shot now for the Montreal offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
They go with Chubb on second down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Now the first throw in overtime for Young.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. They go up the middle with Chubb. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Gotta punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially put a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Well, the Virginia Beach offense set to take over. Their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting. We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
He has
just not at his focus in this game. It's not one drop. It's not two. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Now it's Jackson. That's completed right side to Palmer. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And now a run with Spears. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The Spears with another carry. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Jackson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes his legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here's Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it up, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Both offenses sputtering a little bit here in overtime, Charles, but give credit to the defenses and certainly credit to them on that last play. That is a huge interception.
I will absolutely do that. They deserve the credit because they forced a punt on the opening drive of overtime. You know no one wants to give up the ball in OT, and now you have them back out there knowing that it only takes a field goal to win this game. Big-time defensive plays being made.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road. A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for Montreal, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Virginia Beach, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.